Come on in my kitchen, or in this case my dining room / bar room, as the case may be. There's the bar behind me. We're going to do a cocktail today. Actually, we're doing two. We're doing two of my favorite cocktails ever. And it's the right weather, too. We did a Ricky in the Lilac show, Keep It Simple. But it really wasn't the weather for that during that show. Today is the right day for what we're going to do. I had a friend come up to visit recently, old Squeezy. And a few weeks before she came, she sent me this weird text. It said, "Are you from Brooklyn?" And I told her I was, because we met in high school in Long Island. But I didn't know why she would ask me that until she actually arrived with some beautiful gifts. One of which was this Brooklyn gin. And man, is this a beauty. I love nice gin. She knew that. Now the first thing I like to do with a gin of this caliber is just take a drop. Neat. Before you mix anything. Now when she brought it up, it's hit up a little because when she arrived she had her vodka seltzers, her drink of choice, but I couldn't resist having a few with tonic. This is not really a tonic gin though. You know, you can go Gordon's with that. You could drink this neat, just like this. Floral as hell, citrus, it's beautiful. Thank you, Squeeze. It might be my new favorite. Brooklyn gin. Hand-cracked juniper berries and freshly cut citrus peels. And I went on the Brooklyn website, Brooklyn Gin website. They use a whole variety of citrus, one of which is kumquat. And they have what's called the Brooklyn Martini. And they use, of course, their own gin. I can't remember which. They like Dolan's vermouth. And they garnish with a kumquat. I was out running around yesterday. I prefer the Noilly Prat. Pardon my French. I don't speak French. I don't know how you say it. This is not a top of the line, but it's dry vermouth. So we're going to settle for that today. Yes, we're going to do the classic Martini. And then we're going to do one of my all-time favorite gin cocktails. Right after that, I'll show you. So, the key with the Martini is, and people, don't start with me with the vodka martinis. Please just stop, okay? Martini is a gin cocktail. If you want vodka in that shaped glass with an olive or whatever, fine. Have yourself a vodka cocktail. It's not a martini. So let's start with the classic gin martini. The first thing you do, very much like our meat grinder episode, where we put all the metal parts of the grinder in the freezer, I have my cocktail glass, my shaker, my spoon, my strainer, everything metal, in this case glass, is in the freezer. So let me pull that out and we'll start with the martini. Okay, everything's fresh out of the freezer, ice cold. I love it. Now, you got your traditional martini, which is 2-to-1, like a Manhattan. I like a dry martini. Dry martini is 4-to-1. So I'm going to go 2 ounces of my Brooklyn gin. One half ounce. Okay, if I was doing a traditional, this would be an ounce, 2-to-1. But I'm going 4-to-1, right? So 2 ounces gin, half ounce dry vermouth. I'm going to add my ice. Get back here. And the bar spoon. Now, just like I told you with the Ricky, give a dozen, 14, 16, good spins. And listen, that James Bond nonsense, shaken not stirred, I don't know for a fact. First of all, that was called the Vesper. If you read the actual Ian Fleming novel, it did not resemble this cocktail. It had Gordon's gin and vodka, Lillet. I don't remember what else, but it wasn't a traditional gin martini. It was called the Vesper. And I still say that was some sort of inside joke Ian Fleming must have had with somebody, because you would never shake this kind of a cocktail. The correct term is you'll bruise the gin, okay? And this is what I was talking about. You want to give enough stirs. You want a little ice to melt. That dilution is what makes the cocktail so delicious. Otherwise, you might as well just chug that gin out of the bottle, right? Strain her out. Now, where's my olive? I don't do olives in a gin martini. It's perfectly acceptable. It's probably traditional. Especially with a gin like this with those citrus notes. Like I said, the Brooklyn Gin website, they use a little piece of kumquat. I might try that. But I'm all about a lemon twist in my martini. And what you do is you use your little twist knife here, and you do it right over the cocktail. You can see the spritz and the spray just going right over your drink. I wrap this around my finger. Give the rim a little swirl. Get that lemon peel on there. Saluti. The gin martini with Brooklyn Gin. Oh man, it's heaven. I can't. Squeezy. This gin is fabulous. I'm going to be keeping it on the bar going forward. Alright, camera off. I need to sip and enjoy this. But I will be back with one more cocktail with this fabulous Brooklyn Gin. Okay, I got a brand new mixing glass out of the freezer and a brand new coupe. By the way, I meant to mention this about the martini. I know everybody likes those martini glasses. I don't care for them. I like mine out of a nice coupe. My sister, the Bean, gave me these. They're actually, she gave them to me for champagne. They're fabulous champagne glasses, but also great for a martini, Manhattan. Big fan of the coupes. And I've got a smaller coupe here because this drink just uses 1.5 ounces of gin. And this is a true favorite of mine. I discovered this in the Mr. Boston book. Okay, I just came upon it. I was like, man, that sounds interesting. It's called the Pink Gin. Couldn't be simpler. 1.5 ounces of delicious Brooklyn Gin. I'm telling you, you can drink this stuff neat. And I will Angostura bitters, okay? About 4 to 5 dashes, Mr. Boston says. I'll go with 5. Hence, ooh, I can smell that. Hence your Pink Gin. Ice. And I'm going to put not quite as much ice because I don't want to dilute this too much. And it's only 1.5 ounces of gin. Give it the requisite amount of stirs. Remember, a little bit of dilution. Don't over dilute. Strainer. Hence the moniker Pink Gin. I guess it's a little orange. 1 dash less might have been pinker. Man, you get a good gin, that little bit of bitters, that's a cocktail for the ages, man. I love it. All right, thanks for coming to my kitchen. Bar room. We'll see you for the next episode. I know this was a short one. There's no time on these. They take as long as they take. Depends on the recipe. Depends on what we're doing. We'll see you for the next one. Saluti. It's like driving a boat, you know?